Greetings YouTube. In this video I will be working on this set of IHC corrugated side passenger cars. These are Denver Rio Grande, and I have the full set of 8 of the cars. But tragically I only have 6 interior kits for them. I am missing the RPO car and the baggage car for the interiors. I know they have them, I just don't have them. And I honestly don't know if that's going to be such a big deal, because if you look at these windows, I think it's going to be difficult to see in anyway. But I will be doing something to, when we get there, I'll show you what I have in mind. And also, for those of you who don't have access to these are really hard to find and quite expensive if you can find them. So I will be modeling each of these and putting them up on Thingiverse so you can 3D print your own interiors. Okay, getting started. We have the RPO car. I will pull it out. Not sure if I've ever had these out of the box before or not. Okay, we just have some ad here for things that are, I'm sure, no longer available. And a nice big piece of acetate too. Really not handy. And here's the car. Wow, that's light. I'll go weigh it and we'll see what it weighs here in a second. And super floppy trucks. Okay, and these come apart with clips right here. Looks like there's 6 of them. Aluminum top and the glass slide off together. Just like that. Okay, I have it here on the scale, and this is everything that just comes in the box by itself, and that is 3.2 ounces. Okay, so I'm going to take the trucks off. They're way too wobbly here. And there's this pin right here. You just kind of wiggle it out. That's what it looks like. I don't need these anymore. Here's what the truck looks like if you haven't seen these. Yeah, these plastic wheels are not only plastic, but they have way too much flange. There's no way that's going to work on anything other than maybe Code 100 track. Okay, so here's just the bare truck with nothing in it. Now I found there are 2 things you have to do to use. These are Intermountain 36-inch wheels. The first thing is you have to use this truck tuner, this guy. Or I'm sure there's other companies that make it, but this is what you need. And I'm going to go like that for a while. I find these need quite a bit. You can see it's starting to shave off some plastic there. I've done this quite a few times, so you just kind of get a hang for how much you need. Okay, now the other thing you have to do is see these brake shoe things that is touching on there. So you want to take a needle nose, and I just grab this right here at the base and just bend that back a little bit. You don't want to break it off, just so it's not touching anymore. Yeah, like that. That's probably excessive, but at least I didn't break it. Nobody's really gonna notice. There we go. And that, okay, so after a significant amount of work with this thing, you can get these to spin nice and freely, which is what you want, obviously. Okay, I've got the metal wheels in, and I made sure to have the insulators on this side on this truck and that side on that truck. Now, we will go ahead and reattach those to the body here. And instead of using these little pins, like it came off. That will make it just really sloppy and not fit very well. I am using some screws here, and they are number 6, 2 by 6. Okay, so you could tap these if you wanted to. I have before, but I don't think it's really necessary. These metal screws will tap into here just fine. You just want to make sure that you get it going straight up and down. And I usually use a fairly large screwdriver to do that. And then and I'll put this in there without the truck just so I can make sure it gets in there exactly how I want it first. Okay, there you go. You want it fairly loose, but not too much. So you want it to be able to wobble this way a little bit too. That might be a bit much even. Okay, let's talk about the couplers. I have 2 different things going on this one, as you can tell, and I'll explain why. So when I do these cars, I usually just do a body mount coupler like this. It's basic. You just use an standard coupler pocket, and you just need a little spacer to go down here. This, I can get away with this because I have a minimum of a 34-inch radius on my layout, but I've had people comment on my videos in the past when I do this saying, hey, I don't have, I've got 19 or 21-inch radius or something like that, and this doesn't work. So what I'm going to do for this video, I think this is the end that'll attach to the locomotives, the head end power, and I'm going to do that one this way. And then the rest, for now, I am going to just use the horn hooks. Maybe I'll come back and change that, but just to see how it works, I'm going to go ahead with that. There is another option that's actually really good, and that's McHenry's. I believe it's a McHenry's number 52 coupler that is perfect for this situation. Unfortunately, they're very hard to find, and I do not have any of them. Here is an option which I have not had good luck with. It's the Kadee number 508. I'll show you what one of them looks like assembled here. This is what they look like assembled, and this attaches in here. Now, I have never had good luck with these because, as you can see, this one's, I don't know if you can tell that that's been bent. Yeah, that was an attempt to make this work. So what happens is when these fit in here, they're too thick this way, and they hold the truck up like this, and they don't let it wobble back and forth. And so unless you have absolutely perfectly flat track, as soon as you try to go up a hill or have as soon as the truck needs to tip this way, it can't, and this back axle here will derail. So if you have these installed and you keep this back, like say this is here and this back axle continues to derail, that's because this part right here is hitting right here and keeping that truck from being able to pivot. Now you can go in here and file a bunch of this down if you really wanted to and maybe make it work. However, yeah, I mean, post in the comments below if you guys have a solution for these, but I've never gotten any good results using the 508. Okay, so I threw together a quick interior here. I didn't have a good idea for what it should look like, except for this one photograph I found on a box. So basically it prints as 3 parts. This is the main, and then these are just these like storage deals, and these glue right here like that and like this. Now you could probably just totally leave these out because they don't, here, I'll show you, it fits in here as such, like that. And then you really can't hardly see these in through the windows anyway. So I don't know. I mean, the whole interior is kind of pretty much a decision if you want to even bother with it or not. But I did it here just for completion's sake. And I also added 2 ounces of additional weight. 1 ounce on this side and 1 over there. Okay, so I've installed my standard lighting board on the top, If you have not seen my previous videos, I will put a link to the descriptions. I won't go over it again here. And on the bottom, I have wrapped wire around the axles for electrical pickup. So let's go see how it works. And here is the head end power, which will be pulling these. We've got blue box, F7A, B, and another A. The two A's are powered, the B is not. This one has a coupler between it. These two have a drawbar. And these are also not, for the purists out there, you're going to be unhappy. These do not have Athearn drives in them. They have the Stewart, Kato, Kato, Intermountain drive in both of them, which is much quieter, in my opinion, much better drive. But if you disagree, that's what the comment section is for. So I have these consisted together on number 77. Let's go ahead and so I have added some detail to these over the years. They have the wire grabs on it, but that's pretty much it. I have had these for a very long time. You can compare it here to the Proto. And there's really no comparison on quality, but it is what it is. I think they'll be perfect for pulling the IHC cars, which are much less detailed than these guys are. Anyway. Okay, so I've got it running at full speed, and the plan is I'm going to run it and check the speed and the lap time with it. And then as I add each car, I'm going to go and I'm going to see how much it decreases. Okay, I've added the first car, the RPO car. Let's see how it handles that. And here we are running with one car at full speed. Okay, let's get started on the baggage car. Okay, let's get this unboxed. Once again, we get a nice piece of acetate. I wonder what that's for. Huh. And the car, once again, very light. No directions or anything with this one. And as before, there are 6 clips here, 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 and here to get the 2 halves apart. Okay, so once again, I do not have the official interior, so I just designed up something incredibly simple. It's right here, and it just fits in. It looks fairly close to what I have here as a picture. Okay, so I have the interior in here, the lighting board in, And I added, once again, I added 1 ounce at each end. There's another ounce over here. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. And on the lighting board for this one, I went with cool white LEDs, so it's kind of like fluorescent lighting. All right, let's get this put back together and go try it downstairs. And once again, here we are running at full speed. Okay, it seems to be so far so good, other than the epic gap here between the cars and the horn hook couplers, which seem to be working okay. I've not used those for decades. It's been a really long time. Let's move on to the combine car, which for this I do have the interior for it. Okay, let's see what's in the box. Okay, I think we've seen this before. And here is the car. Okay, let's open this up. Now, this is sealed. Oh, as expensive as these are, I almost feel guilty about opening this, but for purposes of the video, let's... Oh, wow, there's quite a bit to this one. Safety instructions, huh? Oh, wow. They talk about if you want to have this as a display, you can cut the sides off the car. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing that. Okay, so this is a pretty complicated build here. Now, don't worry if you don't have this interior kit. I will be modeling this and putting it on Thingiverse, so... Yeah, let's see what all we have here. Yeah, this is really well detailed. This is really neat. Okay, in step one, we assemble these shelves. They look like that. And they go right here. Step two, you install the two halves of the shower together, and then they go right here. Okay, for step three, we cement this piece, the wall part 5, to right here. And it looks like this. And then next we need pieces 11, 13, 15, and this is 3. And those fit up against this wall like that. Next up we have pieces 7, 8, and 9. And they fit just like this. Next we have 2 lockers that are the same. These are part 25 and these are part 22. And these just glue on here. And now the lockers go in place. Right here. And right here. These are parts 26 and 23. They go together, and it goes right here. Now the last locker is part 27 and part 24, and those go together, and then it goes right here. Now this part right here, number 16, goes right just like that. And now this piece right here, number 21, goes right here. Continuing on, we have step 9, where we cement this part 34 right here. Okay, that's right here. Step 10, we glue this little piece right here, the water cooler part 32. I believe that's supposed to be right here. For step 11, we have this part of the berth. It is part 33, and you can see you've got a choice. You can either have it in the lower or upper position. I put it in the upper position. For step 12, you have a whole bunch of these berths right here that you're supposed to glue in positions in here. I'm going to go ahead and leave those out. I'm going to put capacitors and weights in this area. You can't see this area in through the windows anyway, so I think all this stuff is superfluous. Step 13, we attach the sinks. There are 2 single sinks and 1 double sink. Okay, the double sink goes right here, and the single sinks go here and for step 14, we take this part, the covered hopper, part 31, and I painted it silver, and it goes right here. Now, the very final step is this wall 6. This is wall 6, and it's supposed to go right here, but I don't see any reason to do that. There are no windows there. You can't see it. I'm going to go ahead and leave that one off, and then call this done. Okay, so the interior is done. I did not expect how much work this was going to be. It took quite a bit, and to film it and to model it. So if you don't have one of those, never worry. Don't worry, you can download this off Thingiverse and print it for yourself. This is the 1-color version. And I skipped some of the detail that you can't see. It's just going to make it print slower. Take my time. The shelves here print separately and then just glue in place. There, or wherever you want to do it. And you want to print those flat. And this is a 4-color version. We have, the first color is the floor. Color 2 are the seats, color 3 are these metal cabinets and the toilets, and color 4 is the wall. So, yeah, I will go ahead and get that put together. And here it is running at speed with 3 cars. All right, let's move on to the next car, the sleeper car. Okay, here it is in the box. Let's open it up. Okay, we got more acetate. You probably can't see that. I'm not sure what that's for. And once again, we have this same advertisement. And we have the car, extremely light once again. All right, let's check out the interior kit. Make sure. Once again, opening it up for the first time. Okay, we have instructions. Once again, a very complicated install. What is this again? Oh, this is the same safety instructions if you want to cut the tops off. Yeah, we'll not be doing that today. So it looks like we have the floor and a few other parts are green and the walls are white. In step 1, you glue 2 halves of this locker together. That's part 9 and 11. And you glue it right here. And now parts 9 and 10 go right here. Now next up we attach these walls. This is part 3 and it's gonna go right there. Here is piece 2 and it goes right like that. Okay, now step 4, we have 12 of these part 17. Looks like that. And here is how they mount. Like that. Great, we're on to page 2 of the directions. And step 6, we have part 13 here, and there's 6 of these, and they go right here. This is part 14, and it goes on the other side here. You want this cube thing up against the wall. They're just mirror of each other. And here is what it looks like after step 6 is completed. Okay, now we're on to step 7 where we have part 15. That's this, and there are 12 of these. And they go right there. Okay, here we are after all the dividers have been installed in place. Okay, this is part 5, and it goes right here. This is part 7, and it goes right here. Okay, next we're putting part 19, which is this little sink, and it goes right here. Now we have this wall, part number 4, and it goes right here. Now this is piece 6, and it goes right here. Okay, this is piece 20, and in step 14, it goes right here. Now this part 12 goes back here. Okay, now we have some options here if we want nighttime or daytime configuration. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with the daytime configuration. So I'm gonna omit these pieces, but if you want the beds to be folded down, you take these and you glue them right across here. And that is for step 16. For step 17 now, on the upper burst, this piece 18, we either put it folded down like that or fold it up. And I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. Okay, so this would be night configuration with the bed down. And if you want day configuration with the bed up, you put it like that. Completely wraps up the interior. Here is what it looks like in the car. And once again, the toilet is right in front of the window. Not sure I would have gone that way, but whatever. Maybe had the sink on this side, the toilet back there. Whatever. Okay, so here are the interiors that I designed. These are up on Thingiverse. This is the single color print. And this is a 4-color print. The 4 different filaments are: number 1 is the floor, number 2 are the chairs, number 3 are these cabinets here and the lavatory, and number 4 is the wall color. And here it is all put together. All right, let's check full speed. Okay, so we are exactly halfway done. We have 4 cars ready and 4 cars to go. However, I think this video is already getting pretty long, so I am going to cut it off here and make this a 2-parter. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the rest of the cars.